Did you know that all of our interpretations about what motivation actually is all incorrect? Motivation is this idea that somebody's going to come into your life magically and you need to do this, you need to do that, and magically force you to take action. When in reality, that will never happen. Nobody will actually be able to force you to take action. They'll be able to inspire you, help you towards working towards something fantastic, but they'll never actually be able to come over and help you. Motivation is flawed. Motivation isn't real. Motivation doesn't exist. But then in that case, how do you take action? When you feel good and you do something, why do you feel good when you do it? When you have this little inspiration to go to the gym, what is that then? It's your brain finally waking up from the deep sleep it has been put in by the people around you, from the schools, from your friends, from your family even. They don't mean to put your mind into a deep sleep. They're just trying to teach you what they know. And that's why sometimes you get this woo. Right, you get the woo. You get the up and down. You understand my point? There is motivation that these people try to give you. But if you've ever watched any content, even like Andrew Tate or E-Man or... I'm not going to go over the same names again, right? But if you're trying to watch these people's contents and you're trying to like magically take action, it will never happen. Most of the time it will never happen. And this isn't to say self-improvement doesn't work anymore. You have to give up and quit. Because obviously improving yourself from within works 24/7, 365. It is not flawed and it will never be flawed. It works. But the motivation these lot are trying to give to you doesn't work. That's why today I'd like to give you my personal story, my personal analogy, if that's alright with you. Right, now all of those people have clicked off who didn't want to see it. Let me tell you a little bit of backstory. My entire life, I've been known as different. I've been known as strange, perhaps even crazy, because I'm so peculiar. I'm such a man of mystery. And I'm not just saying that to just say that. I'm genuinely saying that because I mean it. People who know me, you can say below, you can vouch below in the comments, right? I'm a man of mystery. You don't actually know what I'm up to. You don't know what day it is I'm recording this video. You don't know what clothes I actually own. You don't know much about me. It's very difficult to. And that's not a challenge, by the way. But my point is, I'm weird. Everybody else is like best friends with each other. I'm not really. Only people online, right? I talk to. But they're not my best friends. I'm sort of going on like a ramble, but... And for my entire life, I genuinely believed that one day, magically, I was blessed, so I'd just be chosen to become a millionaire. I'd be chosen to win the lottery or something. I genuinely believed money would just rain from the heavens above, straight into my hands. And it turns out that wasn't true at all. These people who use motivation are essentially saying, as long as you're doing the right thing, money will magically appear in your hands. You won't even need to pick it up from the rain. It will just magically appear in your hands. Like some Photoshop editing. But that won't happen. I'm here to tell you the honest truth from what I've learned. And I'll tell you something. You get inspiration for a very specific reason. And depending how strong that reason is, you'll be inspired over a longer period of time or a shorter period of time. If this inspiration is a football match, maybe you'll get inspiration the week before to go out and train on a Monday and a Tuesday and a Wednesday, all the way to the football match on Saturday. Whereas if this is, I'm going to go for academy football, I'm using football as the example, right? Then you're going to train for months consistently with this inspiration spike until you make it where you want to. And I know because I've been there. Picture the summer of 2022. I decided I wanted to join this football club. The only issue is, this was been my second season back. This football club's one of the best in the county for the level I was in, right? And I was playing at a club that was in a few leagues below that. I was essentially jumping from EFL League One to the Premier League. But the thing is, in League One, I was the best player of the season. And that's not me being arrogant, right? I've got like trophies and rewards to show for it if you want. But essentially, I was like the best player in League One. And I got up to the Premier League. So I decided that I wanted to. So therefore, I went and trained on a Sunday if I didn't have a game. I went and trained on a Monday on a Wednesday, I had football training on a Thursday, and then I'd play a game on Sunday. And if we lost on Sunday, I'd go train again. And essentially, I was training so much. And this wasn't like a 2-week thing. This was 2 months. This was like June, even into September. It was like 3 or 4 months even. This was a long period. Obviously, I got into the team. The rest is history, right? The rest is just the story of Teo's football career, but nobody cares about that. But essentially, I didn't have any motivation to do this. I had inspiration. And this inspiration came not because I really wanted to play for the football club. In fact, the inspiration came from my friends. My friends who said, you were good, and made me believe I was really, really good at football. I got on top of myself, right? I thought I was the best football player ever. So I decided to go try for the best team. But then they told me something that actually made me really want to do this. And that is, you're not good enough. You aren't good enough. And like I said, the rest is history. I wasn't motivated because they said you aren't good enough. But because they said I wasn't good enough, and they doubted me, they didn't believe in me. It wasn't inspiration I had, it wasn't motivation I had, it wasn't no highs of, I'm going to do this to prove them wrong. It was instead, I have to do this to prove them wrong. Just like, I have to start making money so I can help my family move out of this disgusting house they live in. I have to do this to prove everybody wrong. I have to continue with what I'm doing to show everybody that I was on the correct path all along. And this idea is not doing it even for yourself. You're doing it for your family. You're doing it for your friends because you want to prove something to them. This isn't motivation. This isn't inspiration. This isn't just something that gets created out of thin air. This is something that they create for you. Your family create it through love and affection. Years and years of trials and tribulations from you, you moody little gremlin, that they've had to deal with since you were like 7 years old because you're a little prick. Now you love them because they put in so much effort for you. You see them becoming weaker. You see them becoming less adequate or what, I don't know what you see. You see them making mistakes and you decide, I need to teach you otherwise. I wish you knew that this was a mistake. I wish I knew when I was a kid that I didn't want to do this, I wanted to do that. And I wish you didn't tell me to do X, Y, Z. And you begin, even though you love them, you begin to see like flaws and negatives and you're like, actually, I want to do this. I have to do this so I can prove you wrong and help you understand this is wrong and where I was is actually correct. You have to do it for your friends who do not believe in you. Your friends who sit there, revise for 8 hours a day for their tests and say you won't be able to do as well as I did because I revised and you didn't. Prove them wrong. Okay. Alright, Mr. Homework. I didn't do any, I got better results than you. This is the level you want to get to. This is the level where motivation doesn't matter anymore. Motivation, man. People give you motivational speeches. They give me motivational speeches. Professional speakers give me motivational speeches. And all it does is help me learn stuff. Like, this is bad, this is good. It doesn't actually inspire me to do anything. It just allows me to almost see through what they're saying and say, okay, this is good, this is negative. The motivational speech turns into just a lesson, a very emotional lesson. Motivation doesn't work. It doesn't work, I promise you. I have to do my gym work to prove everybody wrong that I've got tits or something. I don't know. I'm making up stuff. I have to have the best sleeper build in the world so I can shock everybody. I have to be the best at push-ups. So when the push-up challenges come, which they will, I promise you they will, I can completely outshine everybody and do 80 push-ups when they can only do 30 at maximum. That's why I have to practice my push-ups every day. And once you begin to use these people who you actually want to prove wrong as fuel, your fuel is infinite and motivation doesn't work. But this is dangerous as well, because the first time you use it, you will not be able to go back to motivation. Motivation will become a thing of the past. Motivation will literally disappear from your hands. It will evaporate in the hot sun and it will never return. I promise you. So make sure if you're going to use this, use it very effectively and use it for a very long period of time, because otherwise you will just lose. Because motivation won't work for you anymore. Motivation works until you learn the fuel of your family, your friends, the people you know, doubting you, disagreeing with you, disbelieving in you, and you being able to go out and prove them wrong. You being able to go out and say, you said the gym was crap, now look at me. Now look how good I look. Now look how strong I am in comparison to you. That is the most powerful thing on the planet. And that's why I want to end on a very, very important message. You do not need to succeed for you. You do not need to succeed for anybody other than who you are trying to prove wrong. Do it for your friends. Do it for your family. Do it for your brothers, your sisters. Do it for your bloody animals, your house pets. I don't care. Do it for somebody who means so much for you. Instead of doing it for yourself like an arrogant imbecile. Do it for somebody you love. Most importantly, most powerfully, do it for your family. Show them the beauty of their creation. And as always, brothers, I appreciate you for watching the whole video, sticking around. There's a Discord server linked below of like-minded individuals. It actually grows and becomes stronger each and every single day. And I'm super appreciative for everybody already inside. It's just a brief reminder. And as always, may God bless each and every single one of you. Stay strong out there, and we'll see you tomorrow.